Welcome to episode 140 of Convincing Idiots. Can you believe it? Of course you can. We're very good at this. Why wouldn't we be here for 140? This week on the episode, we are discussing all kinds of pop culture headlines, as we like to do, including Star Wars films, if you could see one, right? If you could see any one of them again on the big screen, which would you choose? Okay, that is our Idiot Inquiry of the Week. We're also discussing more AI in the news and so much more. But for our main segment, we are having a draft. That's right. In the spirit of the recent NFL draft, we are drafting our ultimate superhero teams. So be sure to stick around for the very end. And without further ado, let's not waste your time and let's start the show.
All right. Test. Call it again?
Convincing Idiots.
Convincing Idiots.
Called it ham gravy.
I informed them that I sided with the stat man, not just anyone's opinion, the stat man Brian Fisher.
These kids today.
Jingle All the Way is in fact the best Christmas movie of all time.
I need to get Grandma a present, and my herpes is flaring up. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. I'm the millennial
We're
Santa.
three friends representing three different generations. That's our whole shtick. That's our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nick got the whole poop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing in the sea
Awesome.
breeze, holding a turd, just mightily. I'm just going hitting hats.
Anyway, on a lighter note,
And welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name is Dean. They call me the Zennial.
Brian Gen X.
And we are anxiously awaiting young Nikolai, who is, we make up a lot of things here and there, but let's be honest, he is crying right now because of the score of the Leafs game. And once he has found a drier towel to absorb more tears, he will be joining us later.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Well, Dee, we're shooting this on Star Wars Day, Thursday, May the 4th. So may the Force be with you, my friend.
May the 4th be with you, sir.
Yes, that's right. So, okay, well, doing Nick's job here again while the hockey playoffs are still going on, which is okay, I suppose. We are a pop culture podcast.
He's married to my sister. You would think that he'd have enough to cry about.
That's right. Exactly. I agree. So we're a pop culture podcast of friends from three different generations talking all things pop and nerd culture. We can be found on all major podcast platforms where you might be listening to us right now. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Overcast, you name it, we're there. Give us a follow or subscribe wherever you listen. Just look for the Convincing Idiots podcast. Give us a rate and review. Helps others find the show. We appreciate that. You might be watching
us. Makes us feel better.
It does. Absolutely. You might be watching us on our YouTube channel at Convincing Idiots, or perhaps on the Boss Code Media TV network. Find them on your portable device or smart TV. Download, subscribe, and we are on there as well. To keep up with us, we can be found in two main places. Our Linktree page is simply Google Linktree Convincing Idiots. It's simply a page with links to our social media where we can listen to us and all that good stuff. And our website, if you go to one place, convincingidiots.wordpress.com. All show information is there. Ways to sponsor the show. Merch store link. Get some podcast merch. And links to
Don't
episodes
just look
and
at
all
our
that.
faces, wear our faces.
Exactly. That's right. Exactly. So we appreciate your support out there. And we've noticed as well that we've had a nice little spike in listens of late here. So if you are new and listening for, just getting into us here a little bit, we appreciate that. And we hope you stick with us every week as we publish new episodes. If you have shared us with friends and all that, thank you very much. And maybe you're just going back and catching up on old episodes as well, and thank you for that as well. So, welcome new listeners, and thank you for spreading the word. Thank you. Go ahead.
New listeners, look at it this way. You have made so many mistakes in your life, but finally you have made the right one. So, keep it going. This podcast will more than likely turn your life around, I would think. I think the science is still out on it, but I think that ultimately is what happens. People's lives get better when they start listening.
Yeah, there's a study that over in Germany, Dean, I think the country is slightly happier since we've...
Exactly.
I don't know.
Hasselhoff University, wasn't it?
Something like that, yes.
Okay.
That's right. Extensive study, happiness ratios, and so on and so forth. We don't understand the science. We just see the
we're
metrics.
Idiots.
Yeah, we just see the metrics and stuff. So, yeah. So again, thank you for your support out there. So, Dean, how are you, sir? How are you doing?
I am terrific. I just got back from a long weekend trip to Boston, and it was quite a delight. I had never been. It was just Megan and I. We went out I think Wednesday and came back Sunday night. Man, there's so much cool stuff. I mean, you have the old cemeteries, all the Revolutionary War. We did the Freedom Trail. We caught the Guardians playing the Red Sox at Fenway.
Nice.
We did, the Bunker Hill they have the monument there, and it's a very tall like monument where you actually, like the Washington Monument, it's very phallic. So and you can go up in a spiral staircase up to the top. 294 stairs.
Wow.
My fat ass was hurting by the end.
That's more stairs than you have walked in the last probably 3 years combined.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, we went to all sorts of these different like old buildings. One of them was like 1609 was built. This church was built in 1609, the King's Chapel.
Amazing.
I tell you, listeners, I haven't been in something that old since Brian stopped short in the shower that one time.
Yep. See, you don't get jokes like that on many podcasts.
No, and I wish I had Nicholas here to back me up with the with the laughter here. Instead I got the guy I'm making the joke to forced to just stare at me. No, it was a lot of fun. We actually made our way over to Salem. It was about an hour away, so we got to see the Salem Witch Trial Museum, the old house where the one guy lived, where the girls freaked out in or whatever. With the cemeteries, the monument for the people that were killed there. It was quite interesting. The people there. It was I don't know if I thought, they just kind of probably dress like this, kind of some in witches stuff, some in Halloween stuff. And then I realized all the stores had Halloween theme. I'm like, well, maybe it's just like a Halloween town, like the Jack Skellington, the Nightmare Before Christmas. Each town has its own thing. I thought this was maybe Halloween town, right? Then I started thinking, where's Thanksgiving town and who would have that? Probably Plymouth. Anyways, I digress. Then I realized it was halfway to Halloween, and they celebrate halfway to Halloween, kind of like some places do halfway to St. Patrick's Day or whatnot. Easy for me to say, you dolt. But yeah, it was a great weekend, great vacation. I tell you, people in Boston, I mean, you get out of the car really kind of hoping and expecting everybody to sound like Bill Burr, but they didn't. So I was a little disappointed. There was some people, and that was fun. And they drive. They are. Let me tell you this. They are beautiful people. They are so nice. They were so accommodating. Everybody we encountered was just great. But Boston, at least downtown Boston, as people who drive in downtown Boston, you are assholes. There's no paint on the road. There's no lines. It's Thunderdome. People are just weaving in and out, cutting each other off. It's madness, pure madness. But again, it was a good time. You learn to like get involved in that and just kind of zip in and out with them. You know, when in Rome, right?
Yeah, you have to adjust, I'm sure. Yeah,
right. But no, it was a good time. That's pretty much all. That's why I wasn't here last week. I mean, I guess none of us were, but that's why I wasn't.
Well, yeah, much needed break, and then Nick was enjoying the game last week, and we just took a break. So, yeah, first episode in a couple of weeks. So, yeah, last week was nice for me as well. Allie and I, lovely girlfriend, went to a beautiful place in Merriman Valley in the Northeast Ohio area here where we are, the Merchant Tavern. I'll give them a shout out here if anybody's around here looking for a good place to go try. So, there's excellent food. There's a distillery inside this place as well. They make their own bourbon and gin and vodka, nice cocktail drinks, great service, great food, highly recommended. And yeah, just a nice weekend. I will. So last evening, so I know you and I went out. We met for trivia.
Yes,
last night. When's the last time? So as a grown man, do you remember the last time like your mother was angry with you? Maybe it happens more. I don't know. Did you remember it?
I don't. It's been a long time. I mean, truth be told, I guess I don't probably talk to my mother as much as I should, or as much as she'd like. But yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah. So my mom is kind of mad at me, right? It's a very interesting when you're a grown man and your mother is kind of angry with you. You get that. It's just odd. You know, you have that sort of that little kid feeling, sort of. Again, you have that sort of blend of I'm a grown man, I don't need to. And then at the same token, it's like you don't like your mom being mad at you.
Sure.
So her cable went out, and she contacted me and said, "Hey, I'm trying to watch a show tonight. Cable's out. I had to call the repair guy to come over and fix the box, whatever. And can I come over and watch the show?" I said, "Are you going to be home?" I said, "No, I have plans to go out, but you're welcome to come over. I'll set up the TV for you. You can watch your Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy and stuff, and then I'll put on your show. I'll leave and play trivia, come home. You stay as long as you want to. It's all perfectly fine." So she came over. I'm trying to get out of the house to meet you. I pull up the guide. No show. She's trying to watch Third Watch.
Okay.
And I'm like, Third Watch, is that an old show? She's like, yeah. I said, okay, so it's a rerun on some network or something. What network is it? I don't know. Okay. Can't find it. Not there. But it is on streaming. I discovered that it's on streaming for free. 6 seasons on the Roku channel.
Okay.
Great. Wonderful. You can watch every episode if you wish. It's all here for free. Yet, do you have any idea what show it is? No.
What episode? What season?
Yeah, so I went through season 1, and I'm scanning every episode. She can't see too well anyway. She can't read the screen. That's impossible. Okay. Well, what's happening? Can you describe what's happening, Mom? Well, at the end of the episode, the police pull out guns. I'm like, well, not really narrowing it down too much. So now I'm just scanning each episode. Do you think maybe it's this one? I run a few to start. So previously on First Watch, whatever. And so now it's getting to be 7:30. I'm trying to meet. I told you guys I was going to be there about 7:30. I'm getting a little anxious. And she's like, "What are you getting so jumpy and anxious for?" I said, "I'm trying to leave the house. I told you I had plans. You don't know what episode this is. I mean, what do you want me to do? You know, you want me to start here?" I said, "You can come over tomorrow. You can watch. You can come over the next. I work at home, So you can go over, you can just sit downstairs and watch every episode if you feel like it, instead of waiting for the reruns. Sooner or later, we're going to catch up to the one that you are looking for.
Right.
No, you just go. Just go. It's fine. Go. I got that attitude.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, okay. I'm not going to, what do you want me to scan 6 seasons of First Watch to find maybe the episode that you're looking for? So I called over today and I'm like, hey, did you get the cable fixed and all that? Very short with me.
Mm-hmm.
Very short. And she's like, I didn't really appreciate that. I said, well, I clearly, I thought it was very simple. Just to turn the station over and you could watch your show. We couldn't find the episode that you're looking for. Oh, I got another call. I got to go. That was it. So this is going to roll over for a day or two, and then it'll blow over and stuff like that. But it was just a weird, I have these emotions like,
you made
screw
your
you, Mom. Yeah, screw you, Mom. You have no reason to be angry. Then I'm like, it's your mom. She's an elderly lady. Come on, just chill out and relax. It's your mom.
Right. What are you
anyway.
yell at an old lady?
I'm not going to yell at Mom.
No.
Although she did almost hang up on me today, but that's okay.
I mean, she's probably not the first one that thought about it today.
You're probably right. That's right. Yeah. All because of First Watch.
All because of First Watch. We blame you, First Watch.
Yeah, couldn't find the episode. So we'll keep you. So this is another reason, if you're a newer listener, right, keep coming back to hear how our life stories are progressing.
Right.
Is Gen X's Brian's mom going to remain angry at him?
Mm-hmm.
Is Dean going to get his headset fixed? Yeah, these are all things that we're trying to.
It's just dangling here, isn't it? It's like a fucking nutsack on the side of my head.
Yeah, that's it.
If you want to see a robotic, it's like a robot's nutsack leaning on the side of my head.
Watch the video.
You got to watch the YouTube.
Watch the YouTube video. Convincing Idiots. Okay. So hopefully Nick will be able to join us and be in a good mood. So we'll see how the game progresses here.
Oh, I got it on the background here. I don't know about the good mood.
Oh well.
He might join us.
All right. Well, it's been a couple of weeks, Dean, since we got together. Let's get into some idiot reviews. Have you watched or heard or anything you wish to recommend to our listeners and viewers, sir?
No, I've been preoccupied. I've been traveling. You know what I did? There was the place that we stayed at. They didn't have like regular cable. It was a streaming thing. It was like a free type search streaming thing, and each channel had its own, was specific to a show, and it just back-to-back episodes of the show. So I did get to sit there and watch a good couple hours of the Carol Burnett show.
Oh yeah, she just turned 90.
Yeah, it's been a while, so and I enjoyed that. That was fun.
Very nice.
You just forget just how good Harvey Korman was.
Oh man, brilliant!
Just brilliant. Yeah. So, and Tim Conway's Tim Conway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very good.
That's cool. Yeah, she just for 90. She's doing the talk show circuit now. There's going to be a special. Maybe it aired already. I'm not sure, but there's like a whole special of her that's airing soon. Probably could find it on streaming if it's already aired. If not aired, then just keep a look for that. So, yeah, one of the icons of show business. I mean, she really is.
She was funny as shit. Still is.
Yeah. Very good. I saw a few. Is that it? Sorry.
Yeah. No, I watched a little bit of the station that had all Three's Company.
There you go.
That was fun.
That's a fine network.
Yeah.
Yep. I saw a few things here. Now, two episodes ago, we talked about favorite horror movie franchises. So if you haven't listened to that, go back and check that out. It came up in my feed on Amazon Prime. Terrifier 2.
Electric Boogaloo?
No, not quite.
Okay.
I haven't seen Terrifier 1 either. So it's with this really creepy clown, Art the Clown, and it's just a over-the-top violent movie. So it's really no jump scares or anything like that. He just goes after teenagers or whatever. And I kept hearing about some of the most gruesome scenes that some people have ever seen. People were leaving the theater and this and that and the other.
That's the movie. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I have heard of that. Okay.
Yes. And I will say it is some of the most over-the-top violence of any movie I have ever seen. The scene that they were talking about, I won't describe it here, but the scene that they were talking about is a particular scene of he gets his teenager her bedroom, and it was definitely crazy.
Come on,
violence.
Describe it without describing. I know you're a Boy Scout here, but try to describe it like you would explain it to a toddler or at least a middle school kid.
Yeah, you had scalping, you had a lot of cutting.
Okay.
And you literally had salt being poured into wounds. I was just like, wow.
Okay.
Crazy. And it's like, you knew, I mean, obviously you knew it was fake, but that was, I can handle a lot, but I watched it.
What streaming? What network? Where'd you see
Amazon
this?
Prime it's on there for free now.
Okay.
Do not watch with kids.
Well,
it's not even, it's far beyond, Friday the 13th and Halloween and stuff like that. So just crazy, nutty,
I imagine the
bizarre.
plot is amazing.
That is just really strange, crazy, nuts. Yeah,
Sure.
It's not something I ever need to watch again. I did watch it. So that was that.
Terrifier 2.
Terrifier
Okay.
Part 2. Many unanswered questions from Part 1,
Well, sure. You got to give people what they want.
Yeah. So a stand-up special, John Mulaney, Baby J. It's on Netflix. Good. Yeah, so you did see something new.
Well, I didn't see it this week.
Oh,
or is this does he have a 2 then? Because I watched 1 like last year.
No, this is a new one.
Oh, okay.
This is a new one. So he's been talking about this recently on the talk show circuits as well. He went into rehab for cocaine addiction, and it's very funny, but he's very open and honest about the whole experience. So
I have to watch that. I like that guy.
Yes, very, very good. Very honest, very funny. So highly recommended. John Mulaney, Baby J, on Netflix. New series also on Amazon Prime. 2 episodes in Citadel. I don't know if you've heard of this yet or not. And it stars. I had it pulled up here 1 second here. So this is okay.
Oh, the one girl, she was
Priyanka Chopra
she was like in an FBI show or something like that.
Yes, and then Richard Madden. Richard Madden was in the Eternals movie, played like one of the main heroes in the Eternals.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci's probably solid. Probably one of our like best actors of our era, right?
Yeah, very, very good. Very, very good. So the premise is the Citadel is like the spy circuit, and somebody's trying to wipe them out, and their memories get wiped in this accident. And then are they going to get the memories back? Are they not? They're trying to piece their lives together and that type of thing while they're being attacked by this syndicate or whoever it is trying to wipe them out. So it's 2 episodes in so far. They haven't. It's not something they're dropping all at once. I think it's going to be like a weekly thing. So interesting.
Do you think your mom would want her memory wiped of you yelling at her?
Maybe.
Okay.
How disrespectful I treated her.
Disrespectful punk that you were.
That's right. And not scanning 6 seasons of the first watch to find possibly find the one that she was seeking.
Piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord. I can't believe you.
I know. And the Mandalorian finale. I don't believe you talked about that so much. So
We didn't because
spoil it here.
I didn't know you guys hadn't watched. Well, I knew you guys hadn't watched it yet.
Mhm.
What did you think?
I liked it. I mean, I liked the season where they brought in the other Mandalorian tribes and all of that. I thought that was a very interesting story.
Let's do this. Fast forward. I don't know, 20 seconds or whatever. Or spoiler alert: we're going to talk about the finale. It's been 3 weeks.
Fair enough.
You're listening to a nerd podcast. I assume that you've seen the finale of The Mandalorian by now. So Here we go. Spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2. We're not doing our countdown. There you go. 1. Spoilers. Let's do it.
I liked it. I mean, for me, some people said, well, they're kind of getting away from what made the show good, which was just Grogu and the Mandalorian going on their adventures and this and that. But to me, it's like there's only so much that they could do with just the two of them going around the worlds and different adventures. So I like. And
they had to open up the rest of the universe.
Exactly.
They had it was a perfect way to introduce the whatever squadron thing they're going to do. They had to introduce Ahsoka show and all of that, which is going to culminate into a movie, in a couple of years here.
Right.
I think what I enjoyed about it is that it easily could be the finale, like series finale, like him sitting finally resting with Grogu playing in the yard. Like he finally settled down, has his own house. He's got now a steady job. But it easily could have worked. And you're like, okay, that's a nice, wholesome TV show ending.
Yeah.
But they're also setting it up to what people had complained about this past season of it's too much of everything else and not the Mandalorian going to do Mandalorian things. They're going to get back to, I think, with him working for the New Republic and doing missions off the book, it's going to get back to that, him going in each week doing a different thing, a different task, a different adventure. So I think it set it up nicely for that.
I agree. Yeah.
I don't think Moff Gideon's dead.
Well, looked pretty dead. But he has the armor, though, too. But the helmet was off.
Not only the armor, but clones. He was cloning a bunch of... Who's to say that wasn't a clone?
Well, that's true. There could be another clone somewhere. Maybe one survived. The real one
is off somewhere else. One. And that was a clone doing the... I mean, I'm just saying, they very smartly left it open for a bunch of different avenues.
Right. Yeah, but well done. I still agree it's one of the best properties that Star Wars has on television, for sure.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk more about that here as we in this episode. But yeah, well done. Keep it up. Like you said, they ended it there. It's fine. It's everything you just said. Okay. Well, why don't we'll take an opportunity to take a break here.
Yeah.
And then we're going to come back with some pop culture headlines. We're going to get to our Ask an Idiot question of the week, which will be Star Wars related. No surprise with being Star Wars Day today. And then we'll get into our main topic a little bit later. Hopefully by then Nick will join us. If not, you and I will do it. It'll be perfectly fine. We'll keep drawing them in.
Absolutely. So we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna go wash some clothes. Brian's gonna go yell at his mom, and we'll meet back up here after these messages. I've always wanted to say that.
There you go. Be right back.
I've seen pulse cannons and gladiator droids. I've seen Beggar's Canyon and Imperial sewers. I've seen dead ends and infinite space. I've seen 360 degrees of tomorrow, and for once, lived to tell about it. Because I've got the ultimate fighting machine.
Resume in 5, 4, 3.
And welcome back to Convincing Idiots. I am your millennial Nick, who has been here the entire time, along with my friends Gen X Brian and Zennial Dean. So we're back,
true.
right?
Not even real.
It's almost like we barely ever left you. We're just picking right up where we all three left off, and we are ready to head into our next segment this evening. And you know, this time in the show, ladies and gents, as you know by now, and as we may or may not have discussed in the first segment, we like to spend this segment kind of talking about the world around us, talking about maybe some things going on in pop culture, maybe events and things like that. So how would you guys like to do that with me right now?
Real quick question, though, before we get into that, guys.
Yeah.
What season is it? What season are we in? Is this?
Is it spring or is it summer?
Is it spring? Oh, I didn't know
Spring.
if it was autumn because the leaves are falling. He left us.
Hung right up.
He hung right up. It was like Brian's mom. He hung right up on you.
That's right. That's right.
Brian's been hung up more in the last two. Come on, that was a good joke.
It was good. It was good.
Come on,
it was good.
All right.
And they, you know what, they deserve that.
Lord.
So that is obviously why I was not here for the first segment. Maple Leafs played.
We did explain to him. We said enough with the
yes,
jokes.
Right? Yes, But no, they deserve that. They shit the bed really fucking hard, so they deserve that. It was too soon. I wasn't ready to hear it yet, but I tell you what, if it wasn't for you and this handy little beer handle, this is the only thing that's keeping me together right now. Is this
look at that
little beer handle
fella
that Dean got me there from Boston? So this is all I have right now.
Brian got one too, but he forgot it downstairs and.
Yeah, I'm just using my.
That's a treacherous trip for someone like him going downstairs at this hour of the day, so it's probably best you just wait for next week.
And I was using mine, but the only can of beer I had was like kind of old, and I started drinking it. I was using it before we started this, and I realized that the beer, well, I realized first from the taste, but then I looked at the bottom of the can, it was from 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's happening with your headset there?
Oh, it's a robot's nutsack because it broke. So it's just a robot's nutsack just dangling on the side of my head.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Very good.
So we're good. We're good. Everything's good.
Well, gentlemen, may the 4th be with you. I see that we're all in our Star Wars attire, and I'm sure you guys already addressed that, but I would like to officially say it to you guys here now. So
some stormtroopers on my shirts.
Yes, very good. So anyway, along with it being May the 4th, Star Wars Day, tomorrow, Revenge of the 5th, as we are recording this, what else is going on in pop culture, Brian? Please enlighten us.
Yes, thank you, sir. So a couple things here. We talked about Jamie Foxx. Had some type of a health scare recently. Been pretty quiet about that, but some positive news. He put a post on social media thanking people for all the love and so forth. So it looks like it's from him. Good. Still very secretive as far as exactly what happened, but it's good to see that he is responding to something directly. So we certainly wish him the best, I know, in his continued recovery.
Absolutely.
Someone who did not recover, though, unfortunately, is Jerry Springer, passed away last week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because we haven't recorded since that happened. That's great.
Yes. 79 years of age. Most people certainly know who he was. First, he was the mayor of Ohio, Cincinnati. Here, we're in Ohio, so he was a mayor for a while.
Really, and I never knew that.
Yeah, that's where he started.
That's right. And then, of course, he's most known for his talk show, which aired for several years. So he started this, let's see here.
Say like late 90s, right?
Yeah, late 90s.
It ran over
for
10 years.
Yeah,
yes,
right?
Like about 30 years that show ran.
30? Did you say 30 years?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Oh, yep, 30 years.
Holy shit!
Wow, that's something else. So he was known certainly for he was sort of the godfather of quote unquote trash TV, if you will. So was this something where he discovered it was a way to get ratings and have crazy guests on there and confessions and whatnot. So he was sort of at that time, you might remember, or maybe you don't, but it was like more serious talk show. Like, you had Phil Donahue and a few people that were, daytime talk shows, but they were serious interviews and serious subjects. And he could just kind of turn that on its head. And after him, you had Maury Povich.
I was going to say a lot of Maury
shows.
I remember Maury being serious, and then now all you know Maury for is like DNA tests and stuff.
Yeah, right. Crazy. You are the father. Yeah. Well, I avoided that show for years. I tell you that. Yeah.
That ain't my baby, Murray. That ain't mine.
Despite several invitations, but yeah,
it's actually how Nick started too. Nick was started all serious, and then he ended up with DNA on his face, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Undeniable.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was really a Jerry Springer show fan. I probably had it on here and there, but
you were not?
Not really. Just not my thing. So obviously, okay, let's go through it. So you guys were both fans. So Nick, let me start with you. Were you a fan? Obviously, you were. Go ahead.
And I don't even mean that as a dig, but shit. No, but actually, I was a shithead little kid. That was that type of TV was right up my alley because it was like, oh my
Adults
God,
yelling.
Can you believe that? You know what I mean? And the trashiest things in the world. And I can't believe people are doing this. I mean, I'm sure the majority of it was staged. I know it was, but just that whole shock reaction to those TV shows. But I loved it at the time. But I watched Springer all the time, and it was just kind of one of those things that it made you feel good. I think it kind of flies under the radar that Jerry Springer was really a man of the people because his show brought hope to you and your future and your life because you could watch this trailer trash screaming at each other about pointless, crazy things and just feel so much better about yourself. You might feel like you're not the classiest. You might feel like maybe you're not the creme de la creme of humanity. However, you sure as shit when you watch Jerry Springer knew you were better than those people. And I really liked that. That brought a lot of joy and optimism to my outlook on life overall. So thanks, Jerry Bear. Appreciate you.
There you go.
That's why people listen to this show, actually.
Sure.
That's right.
Sure.
The one kid's excited he's got a fucking handle on his beer. I'm better than that guy. No, you're not, by the way. You don't have you're fucking jealous. That's what that is. I have a handle on my beer.
You don't have a handle on your alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, maybe your hockey team won more games than mine, but I got a fucking handle on my beer, so fuck you.
No, Jerry Springer was he was the 90s, right? He was when in the histories in the history books or whatever you do, people will refer to the 90s. He will always be in that subject of pop culture.
Yeah.
No denying it. He was like Nick said, trash TV, but it was compelling. It was entertaining. That's what the 90s was. It was trash consumption, but fuck, it was entertaining.
Yeah, he said in 2000. Go ahead.
No, I just said, and he led the charge.
Yes. He said in 2000 he would never watch his own show. I'm not interested in it. It's not aimed toward me. It's a silly show. I don't take it seriously. Makes sense.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That explains just that whole decade in general.
So that's where Brian got that quote. I heard him say that about this podcast one time.
Yes, that's right.
It's not aimed for me. It's a silly show, but I will continue to host it, and we'll just, there we go.
That's right. That's right. AI, gentlemen, is making more news. So we've talked a lot about artificial intelligence over the past few episodes even, and it continues to make more and more news. This is from CNN.com. Geoffrey Hinton, he's been known as the Godfather of AI because of his, he's helped create this technology. He worked at Google for many years, and he recently resigned from Google so he could speak out against the technology and warn people about it. So what he is saying, amongst other things here, let me get back to it here, the idea that this stuff could actually get smarter than people. A few people believe that, he said in an interview, but most people thought it was way off. And I thought it was way off. I thought it was 30 to 50 years or even longer away. Obviously, I no longer think that. So a 75-year-old man resigns from his job because he feels compelled to warn people about the rapid advancements of this technology. Google was they kind of just gave like the nicety, hey, you did a lot of good things for us, and they're sort of, steering clear of getting into the
Our
subject
computer
matter.
overlords have now instructed us to let you go. Sorry, goodbye.
Right. So an open letter from the Association for the Advancement of Artificial Intelligence was signed by 19 current and former leaders of academic society, was released last month, warning the public of the risks around AI and the need for collaboration to mitigate some of the concerns. So we believe that AI will be increasingly game-changing in healthcare, climate, education, engineering, and many other fields, the letter said. At the same time, we are aware of the limitations and concerns about AI advances, including the potential for AI systems to make errors, to provide biased recommendations, to threaten our privacy, to empower bad actors with new tools, and to have an impact on jobs. And that was what we talked about in our last episode, the growing threat of different jobs about AI. So again, if you haven't heard that, two episodes ago, last week was a repeat episode, but 2 episodes ago, go check out our thoughts on that. So pretty heavy subject. Any thoughts around the thoughts of this guy leaving? Any thoughts about what he is saying? And I have more AI stuff to get into as well in pop culture headlines. So go ahead, Dean.
I got nothing. What's your next headline? No. Okay.
I ain't worried. Whatever.
No, we're good. Move on. No, they're right. I think I was kind of on more of the past few episodes. I think I've been more on the side of, it's fine. It's, it is what it is. We're long ways away from it being a danger. But when the guy who fucking created it is telling us beware, I'm taking second thoughts on this. Yeah, it's a little scary.
I'll add here as well, that we can finish our thoughts on here. The other piece of the other AI story here is we know that the Hollywood writers went on strike recently, right? So, like all the talk shows went off the air. There was going to be a new Saturday Night Live this weekend with Pete Davidson hosting. That has now been canceled. So it's
I thought it was because I was going to say I thought it was canceled because he found out he was going to have to be in more than 2 sketches in a show, which is what he was used to. So he
did talk about that actually on a recent talk show, but one of the things you might expect is they want more pay, of course, right?
Sure.
But a big thing that they want in their demands is they're specifically talking about AI, right? So they are saying, amongst other things, that I'll just kind of summarize here what I looked at earlier. So basically, they don't want they don't want AI to take scripts that the people that they have written and repurpose those through AI or use it to help train AI to write episodes and impact their jobs.
It's like the person who has to train their replacement.
It's kind of what they're saying in so many words, it seems like, right? So it's very interesting. I don't know of any other job yet or any other union or what have you that's come out. Now, obviously, you wouldn't expect. I guess it's a newer technology, but it's probably the first among many that are stepping out and saying that they want some protections against this technology.
Well, it makes sense. Like I refused when you two tried to get me to train that chimpanzee to be on camera here and talk in this microphone, and I refused to do it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to train my replacement. That's just mean and cruel to do.
Also, he came back with us and to us and said that you didn't give him very good notes, so he was just going to kind of wing it on us. He didn't like the direction you were leading him in.
No,
He felt he
in
could do a
reality-
more sophisticated job on his own.
I locked him out. And fuck him. No, ultimately, what it comes down to is you don't trust an AI, right? That's what they're ultimately what everybody's saying. Don't trust AI. But what you can trust is BI. What do you say BI is? BI is Blake Insurance. Blake Insurance is an Erie insurance agency located right here in Barberton, Ohio. They provide auto, home, renters, and business insurance with honesty, decency, and affordability. Erie Insurance is above all else in service. You want to call 234-571-5359 or visit BlakeInsuranceLLC.com for your free 5-minute quote today. And when you do, please make sure you tell them the Convincing Idiot sent you.
Very good. Here's the quote, by the way. So the union-specific demand says AI can't write or rewrite literary material, can't be used as source material, and MBA-covered contract material can't be used to train AI, as I kind of said already. So, a lot of stuff. Nick, what do you think about all this?
Well, it's just kind of interesting because we've obviously seen a rise in certain technology and machines taking over jobs, right? Like you think of like self-checkout and different like kiosks that you can use in places that formerly were tended by humans and people that could help you with what you needed or would need to help you. This is the first time that someone with a creative occupation is now threatened by this. You know what I mean? This is something, this is a whole other level different. This is more than just scanning out your groceries or being able to find something conveniently for you or rent a movie or whatever. This is now something that can take, creative liberties over people's jobs, which has always been, like we talked about in a past episode. And I think Dean said, you can't really replace that human feeling, that connection that you get, people creating content. Well, but what if it can? Like you guys said, what if the stuff, uses
maybe I
basically
was wrong on that.
all of the information available. And, when you said it, we were like, yeah, that's true. I think, close the book on that. You're right, because that's something that's very uniquely human and whatever. But maybe I don't know. Maybe we also don't really totally understand the capabilities of this. It is a little bit scary, and not to get like,
because all you have to do is human nature has to have a pattern. Emotion has to have a pattern that the AI can understand and get a hold of and get that concept, and then it's learned. Yeah. It's learned a variation of human emotion.
Yeah, they talk about this. I didn't realize this either, but they describe the characters of the television show White Lotus. It's on HBO Max. You may have seen that before. So ChatGPT is shown is capable. This is from NBCNews.com, by the way. ChatGPT is shown capable of generating narratives that imitate the content and style of previously published works. NBC News asked ChatGPT to write an original episode of the HBO anthology series The White Lotus, for example. And the chatbot came back with a 6-paragraph outline featuring characters from the first season and new scenarios. So there was an episode also that in White Lotus they used ChatGPT, they used AI to give them the outline to write the episode. Go ahead.
There's an outline, right? But can it write dialogue? Like, you know what I mean? Like, can it? You know how some TV shows you're watching and the dialogue is so fucking damn near mechanical, whether it be the writer or the actor performing it, it seems mechanical. Is that what you're going to get with like if the AI tries to write like actual dialogue? Because you could write a synopsis and give you an idea of what the show could be, but can it write what humans say in a believable way?
I don't know about that just yet, but that's also obviously one thing that the Writers Guild is worried about, that they don't want them to continue to develop that technology and put a lot of them out of work.
I mean, how far are we away from being able to have a movie written and acted in by AI? You know what I mean? Like you could
certainly in our lifetime.
You could take because you could take the deep fake.
Maybe
you could take deep fakes and you could bring back actors. It's fucked up. That's fucked up. Even I ain't go that far, man. But yeah, even you could put Humphrey Bogart in a movie with Sam Kinison, which would be a fantastic buddy cop movie, I think.
Sure.
It's certainly possible. I mean, we did a story also, a couple months back where
Play it
somebody
again, Sam. No.
Yep.
Sorry.
Could see it. But somebody created like they described the Seinfeld characters to an AI,
I read that.
some type of AI technology, and it was a constantly running, ongoing story that was like ongoing Seinfeld episode that people could tune into. It was all kind of, very poor graphics and stuff, but it was all computer generated characters and all that. But the AI was making the characters basically live, if you will. It's like watching an ongoing shit. Now, one of them, the Seinfeld character, said something inappropriate and weird, which caused them to yank it off whatever it was on, some streaming thing or something like that. But anyway, so it's you could see where it could continue to be developed, and maybe the technology catches up with computer graphics and all that. So, like you say, someone could say that I want to see Casablanca starring Sam Kinison, and maybe it just sort of happens.
I'd pay good money for that one.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah, we'll see it continue to increase. But yeah, like you said, Nick, it's just very odd. It's one of it's you would think that creative professions, if you're lucky enough to get into it, art and music and writing, you'd think those would be one of the least threatened, other than competition from other people who happen to be more talented, one of the least threatened professions. And very interesting that, no, it's not necessarily. Fascinating. And
go on the internet,
terrifying.
they said. It'll be fun, they said. Everybody can have a computer in their house, they said. Look now.
Make the toaster into a sex robot, Dean. It'll be fine.
Yeah, put your dick in the toaster. It'll be fine.
That's coming.
It was until it wasn't.
Oh, I was.
Yep.
I was,
Yeah.
Brian.
I hear that's coming quickly. Thank you very much. So, Justine Bateman had a good, interesting tweet on this. I'll just kind of close the thought on this here. She said, "Watch
I believe
this
it's
very
pronounced
carefully."
Jason Bateman. Well, go ahead.
No.
This is actually Justine, his sister.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Understand that our fight is the same fight that is coming to your professional sector next. It's the devaluing of human effort, skill, and talent in favor of automation and profits.
We don't even need automation on this show to do all that.
No.
Yep. Okay.
Right, so,
All right, moving on. So we'll get off of AI for a little bit here. Something making the news of late. There's some video making its way on social media. It's some high school kids in the early 2000s. Nick, when did you go to high school?
I graduated in 2006. So,
Okay.
yeah,
This is right in
2002 to 2006.
There you go. So this was in 2002.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a whole thing of high school in 2002 looks so chill was a caption in the post of this video. So it's a video that somebody had of kids in the hallways and this and that and the other. And so it's kind of generated a lot of social media commentary. Some people say, yeah, it was great if you were, white and not gay. It was fine and that type of stuff. And other people say that this is sort of at the edge, the very end of technology sort of taking over with, Facebook and social media and all that stuff. So is that really one of the last more enjoyable eras of high school? That's kind of, obviously people who went to high school more recently they don't know the difference. They may not think it was bad. Some people say high school was bad. Whatever you went to, depending on your circumstances and everything else and what you had going on personally. So Nick, since you went to high school in that era, what do you think? Was that era of high school one of the last great eras to go to high school? What do you think?
I can say that when I was in high school, like it was an enjoyable time. Certainly, like in that era, and it was. It's hard. I guess I pause because it's hard to speak on. Oh, that was the last great version because I don't know what high school's like now. It might be fucking awesome. I mean, I can't tell you that the technology makes it worse. We automatically default to like, oh, there's too much technology. It's all bad. We're too wrapped up in our phones, and some people are, right? I could see both sides of that argument. You made a great point when you were like, some people are like, well, it depends on your circumstances and what if, honestly, like, what if you're a gay kid in your school and you live in an area where like you don't know any other gay kids and you feel so alone. Well, maybe like with the help of technology and things like that, and having groups and things that you're on, you have such a wide net and a wide outreach to different people like you that you don't feel so alone, right? You don't feel so isolated. I don't know that, you know what I mean? I don't know what that's like, but I would imagine that is probably a very
before
beneficial
technology
thing.
I thought I was the only one that liked to get in bear costume and fuck other people in bear costumes.
Right, and there's a whole subset of websites just for you.
Didn't
right.
know it.
Yep, didn't even know.
But it was awesome. Like, I mean, I do enjoy the time that I grew up, and I don't even mean just high school, but I would say my childhood in general. Like, I think we've talked about it on past shows as far as like when we defended our birth years and kind of the things we grew up with. And I loved that. Like, I grew up in a time where we had technology and all this stuff was really breaking and gaining momentum, and there was a lot to be excited about. But at the same time, it didn't. You know what I mean? It was a different style of living. It didn't consume us. We didn't have our phones on us all the time. I mean, just the other day I was talking to my mom and she was like, she called me from her house phone. She forgot her phone at work. And she goes, so just so you know, I'll be without it until like, tomorrow. I'm just going to go without it. She didn't make it till lunchtime that day. She had to drive to work to get it because her calendar's in it and her alarm's in it. And my mom, like my mother,
Right.
like to this, we're so dependent on it.
My number's in it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, how else could she get a hold of you?
Mm-hmm.
But
she
yeah,
rolled over.
But yeah, it's and I don't even mean that as a fault. We automatically, because it's something we didn't used to do, and everybody always reflects back on previous times in this kind of these rose-colored glasses, right? This golden haze of how wonderful this was. I mean, there was good and bad of everything, but we'd be stupid not to use the technology we have now. I mean, honestly, even though we're pulled in so many different directions by technology, at the same time, we're so much more focused and productive because of it. So it's the natural ebb and flow, I think, of everything. But I mean, yes, I personally, like in my experience in the graduating class of 2006 and my high school years, it was cool. We had technology. You could go home and enjoy your technology. I played video games all the time. You had the internet. You know what I mean? All that good stuff. But it wasn't in our pocket constantly being a disruption in school. It wasn't, I don't know. That was just my experience, and that's all we knew at the time. So in an old-fashioned sense of the question is a long way of answering your question. If you're looking at it in a perspective of before we had technology constantly taking up so much of our time, yeah, it does seem like those were the final kind of years of that as a high school kid for sure. Because now, I mean, people are just constantly on them. Again, I can't say if that's bad or good. That's what it is now. That's just what it is. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. But yeah, so that's my perspective of it.
Very good. Dean, what do you have a thought?
I don't know anything about this high school thing. I was drunk through mine, so all I know is let's stop with the fucking technology shaming. You know what? Okay, I have my phone at my disposal. I can know anything I want. I like to know things. If I don't know something, I have a tiny fucking
You would
computer
never guess that by talking to you, but okay.
That's true.
I like to know that I can know things if I need to.
I have the ability to know things. And so this technology phone shaming, eat shit. If you don't like it, don't be on your phone. Fucking go churn butter, you douche. Who gives a fuck? Don't come at me with that.
All right.
Technology has been
Our one listener turning butter right now is lost. What?
What?
Me?
Yeah, it's stupid. And we've been battling with this argument since people thought that the written word was going to stop would hurt storytelling and stifle our growth as a species. As far back as that, I mean, fuck, people were saying that it was wrong that I would finger bang my Teddy Ruxpin doll. It all worked out fine.
I think Rubskin was a Freudian slip. I believe it's
I know I messed that word up.
Rubskin.
His name was Teddy Foreskin.
Teddy Rubskin.
He lived down the road.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're right. I mean, everybody, that's been going on forever. You know,
Right.
it's just every generation. There's the good old days in the past. Everybody has their thoughts. Everybody thinks that their time in high school was the best for one reason or another. It was, lack of technology, access to technology, whatever.
Yeah.
I wish all those kids weren't on their phone. I wish you'd fucking drink Drano.
Well, there you go. I mean, Brian, when
Yeah.
you were a kid, right, everybody was worried about Elvis shaking his hips at you through that moving picture box, and you turned out just fine. Everybody's so
That's right.
worried, and then what's the big deal?
That's right. That's right. My time, it was, people worried about, I mean, this is all seriousness. I went to high school 83, 87. It was like, lyrics and music. That was a big thing.
Oh,
You
yeah.
had to get
Sure,
down with.
yeah.
It was
Devil's
like,
music.
Parental advisory, yeah.
Right.
ooh, so just funny how things change. But
Actually, some things don't change. If you think about it, like all these parents are like concerned about all these kids being on their tablets all day, and your mom was probably concerned about you being on that stone tablet all day.
that's right.
Man.
That's right.
He's going to break his fingers and ruin his joints chipping away at that thing all day long. It's
So
concerning.
again, if you're a new listener out there, no shortage of age jokes at my expense, Gen X expense.
You could have used
That's right.
old jokes, and because like we keep reusing them
Sure.
because we're hacks. So
That's right. You're probably listening. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, Brian's perfect in every other way other than he's been alive for so long. It's all we have, okay? What else?
right.
He's a great
look at that
dad.
fucking gun sticking
That's
out.
right.
Of
What a
that
great
shirt,
dad.
man.
That's
What
right.
a hip and well dressed gentleman he is for his age. That's not fun to say. There's plenty of good things to say about Brian. Okay, he's just old. That's all we got.
He grows that beautiful beard because he doesn't want us to faint and fawn over his chiseled jawline.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. I can't be taken. I've taken enough wives and girlfriends in my time.
Right.
It's enough.
So give us
You
these
guys-
jokes. That's all we got.
You can hang on to yours for a while. It's fine. It's good.
The only
We
reason
appreciate
I
that.
never,
Yeah.
oh my God, that's too much.
Come on.
Nope. Nope. I stopped myself mid sentence. Nope.
All right, just a real fast last pop culture.
You're edging
headline
yourself.
story. Yeah.
I'll tell you off air. It's a good one.
Then we'll get into Ask An Idiot. So some future trivia. Chris Pratt will be a trivia question answer at some point in the new Guardians of the Galaxy 3 movie that's opening up this weekend. He will be the first person to use the F word in a Marvel movie.
I heard
there
that.
you have it.
Yeah.
Yes. It's funny. He's mentioned. So apparently there's in PG-13 rating, you're allowed, maybe one F-bomb. And he's been trying to get it into the movies for a long time and, putting it here. People try to, I guess, different actors lobby to try to they want to be the first one to do it. And he worked it into a scene and they let him keep it in there. And there you have it. So
Yeah, it's really weird when he gets really close up the camera and yells, "Fuck that cunt." Yeah, it didn't make sense to the plot. It was weird. I don't know how he got away with it.
there you go. But we're going to hear it this weekend when Guardians of the Galaxy 3 opens up. I have my tickets for Friday evening. I'll go check it out. Allie and I are going to go see it.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so we all saw a movie this week together, gentlemen.
We
so
did.
This gets us into our Ask an
A
Idiot
brand new
question.
one that none of us have ever seen before.
So, Dean, why don't you describe what did we all go see, and then you had an idea of an Ask an Idiot question of the week.
The three of us, along with our children and friends and loved ones, we all went to see the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi.
Mhm.
And we all sat in a beautiful giant theater with a giant screen, our feet kicked up in the comfiest of chairs. It was in the balcony row. It was the perfect time and place to watch that movie.
It was
And
illustrious.
It was illustrious. We're fancy boys. That's what we are. That's what we
That's
do.
right.
So it made me think, gentlemen, is there a movie out there, a Star Wars movie or TV show that you would pay to go see in the theater again? This could be from as simple as A New Hope being re-released to Bad Batch to the Clone Wars to the Book of Boba Fett. What other Star Wars property would you guys be willing to pay to see in the theaters again? Brian, let's start with you.
Okay. For me, the original trilogy, always great to see on the big screen. That's all. That's where I first saw those, of course, back in their time. Rewatching Jedi on the big screen made you kind of relive those moments when it first came on. I found myself feeling like a young kid again through the excitement, the sound, the spectacle.
It's that first note, isn't it? Dun dun, like with a crawl about to come up.
Even the 20
hit you right there.
Century Fox thing, even that, know it was coming. That was like a huge, lead in.
And I did.
Yes. That's it.
It's happening.
Look, everybody.
Of all the movies, I'm not interested to pay to see the prequels or the sequels on the big screen. Forget it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll watch those on the small screen. That's where it's good enough for those. Maybe Revenge of the Sith, maybe. Other than that, leave them. The trilogy's made for the big screen. As far as other properties, I think for me the closest thing would be the Mandalorian series comes the closest to a movie blockbuster for me. Just the visuals, the storyline. That's the closest to the actual Star Wars universe that I enjoy. For me, anyway.
Okay, so Brian wants to finish up the trilogy on the big screen and the Mandalorian seasons, 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
Nicholas. What about you?
Mine is actually kind of a lame answer because
Shocking.
I just went, hey, mean.
I just understood that.
There's only one I've not seen of all 9 Skywalker saga films.
Okay.
There's only one I have not seen in the theater. So I think simply for the sole fact of completing the set, I would want to see Attack of the Clones because it's the only one I have not seen on.
Wow.
That's the only one I did not go to the theater and see.
You might be the only person to have that answer.
Yeah, and it's honestly,
everybody.
I used to say it was my least favorite movie. I don't know that anymore because Disney really outdid themselves with the last 2. But it's certainly the bottom. It's in the bottom 3 of my favorites, or least favorites, I should say. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't remember why I didn't see that one in the theater, or why, because Episode 1 first coming out, it could have been a little bit of the it was tarnished from the lacklusterness of Episode 1 of The Phantom Menace, so it was kind of like, okay, it's not a Star Wars movie, it's good, but it's, I don't know, you knew it wasn't going to be the one where he turns yet, so it was just kind of that awkward middle movie. Episode 1, obviously a lot of hype. Episode 3, I went and saw. Episode 3 I've seen 7 times in the theater when it came out.
Wow.
I went and saw it 7 times. I couldn't get enough of it. I kept going to see it every few days. And just anybody at school that hadn't seen it, that wanted to see it and whatever. One time I even went just by myself to see it again. I fucking ate it up. I love that movie. So that would be my second one, just because as many times as I've seen it, and I just saw Return of the Jedi, which is my very favorite one. But all of them I've seen in the movie theater. When they re-released the original trilogy in I think it would have been like the late 90s.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
I went and saw those on the big screen.
The
and
special
stuff.
edition versions.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I guess if I had to pick, it really my favorite movie, and I would like to see the original theatrical release of Return of the Jedi without the stupid fucking song. If I had to pick for like, what's the
That makes
absolute like most joy I would have watching a Star Wars movie on the big screen, it would be the one that we just saw, but it would be the original theatrical.
You could
release.
even do that movie, and then when that song goes to play, you just put a picture of like just an asshole, like somebody's asshole there, and then just in like the most annoying like siren sound to it. Yeah, and it would be better than that song.
Absolutely. Agree wholeheartedly. But yes, that's I would say probably just episode 2 because it's the only one to be complete. It's the only one I've never seen on the big screen, and I can't imagine I'll ever put it back on the big screen because why? But yeah, so but I did, and I mean that being said, I did enjoy seeing even with the stupid song. I was disappointed to see that it was there, but that was really cool to be able to see my favorite Star Wars movie. Of course, my boy Salacious Crumb on the big screen. I can never pass it up. Who could resist? It's my favorite thing ever. And then to see it with my kids in a movie theater, it was really cool. So, but yeah, that would probably be my answer. So, what about you, Dean?
Mine is very simple. I think that it should have been a movie and not just a TV series. Simply Kenobi. Visually, the story, it deserved. And if you did it in like maybe even two movies, you could have made that, added a little more definition to some things and some little more pizzazz to it, right? But even if they wanted to release it just as it is, how it played on Disney Plus, put it on the big screen on that XD, screen that we saw with the sound and the cushy seats. I definitely would love to see Kenobi in the theaters.
Yeah, the battle with Vader alone would be worth the admission. Yeah,
just the simple fact of the one scene where he cuts his helmet, because that's what I thought of when we were at the theater watching Return of the Jedi, when he took his helmet off and he has that thing on the top right of his head, and they explained it by that's where Obi-Wan cut his helmet. Yeah, so it just made me kind of yearn for that, maybe. Yeah, and that's actually where this whole question came from, was that one scene.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Can I throw in an honorable mention?
Sure.
Jazz Cabbage Pre-Hand and also the holiday special on the big screen. Cabbage,
yes.
Holiday special,
yes, man. 1,000 times yes.
But like mystery, if this is my dream scenario and I get to pick, it's Mystery Science Theater style. I'm not bothering anybody, and it's like us three in there. Jazz Cabbage, holiday special, movie theater. Nobody else is there. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not bothering anybody, but it's just like. Just full range. You can talk through it. You can, because there's no it's not like
100%.
Sit there.
Is it on YouTube?
No. Yeah,
it is on YouTube. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Listen. We could do this for real. Backyard movie. Again, we could watch the original theatrical version of Jedi. I have those versions like I mentioned already. So this
I thought he was doing holiday special.
No, and then we could do the holiday special.
I'm not watching Andor again. No.
The holiday special.
Nice try. No.
It can be done on the quote unquote a big screen outside.
I like this.
Yeah.
Jazz Cabbage partaking.
I will certainly prepare. I would like to just say that I will be ugly face crying when the stormtroopers rip off the head of that little toy bantha, little baby Chewie. That'd be very upsetting.
Oh, sure.
But other than that, I'll be fine.
Yep.
All right.
We'll plan and then talk about it on the podcast here. Anything else, Dean, on your question? You want?
No, I think that's good. I wanted to know that one simple answer.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got it.
Very good. All right, guys, we're going to take a break then, and then we're going to come back with our main segment this evening, which is, Dean, what is our main topic tonight, sir?
In honor of the recent NFL draft, we will be doing a draft of our own, ladies and gentlemen. We will be drafting each of us guys will be drafting our own superhero team. So as the rules, I'll explain the rules. You got to come back after the break.
Okay. Be strong with the force and come back after the break.
Welcome back to Convincing Idiots. I don't normally bring us in from breaks, but I guess I am this week for our third and final segment, our main event, if you will. And in our main event, we are going to do a superhero draft. And what this consists of, gentlemen, is each of us we're going to start with 5. And if we keep going and we got time, we can just keep choosing our teams as, we can go with over 5. That's all I'm saying. But let's try to go 5. When you choose a superhero, I don't know if you guys have it written down, but they will be taken off the board. So you cannot choose them. Once the Flash is picked, nobody else can pick them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep.
Very simple. It is a superhero draft.
Is this now? I have a question. Are we drafting a football team? Or are we playing? Is this a sporting event, or is this just like this is your Avengers?
I was thinking about this. I think that this is your Avengers. This is not only your superhero team, but in theory, you're going to have a movie. Right? Or your own comic book, or you know what I mean? So it's, however you want to do what your team, what you want to do with your team, it's what you're going to do with your team, right? Is how you proceed with
what if my team's going to play football? Because that's what I thought we were building a football team.
Then I guess you can play football with them. I didn't really consider that we would do non-superhero things with our teams.
When you mentioned in spirit of the draft, the NFL draft, I was like, I thought we were building a
word spirit.
Team.
Okay. Well,
never mind. We'll just do the other thing.
Well, it's your team. You can make them do porn if you want. It's your
that
team.
Changes everything.
Actually, that's a whole new different thing.
All right, so we're drafting the fictional characters. We're not drafting thinking of the superheroes are real and they're going to go into battle. We're drafting from a pop culture perspective, movie branding, comic
what do you guys
thing.
I mean, honestly, I didn't really put a lot of thought into what these would be. My original thing was, yes, you're drafting them as a superhero team, and as a things are going to come down to earth. But we can do movie.
Don't overthink it. Just do that. Go with your original idea.
So we are going with an Avengers team to protect your realm. Your
right.
666
so
realm,
the real beings. And
real beings.
We want the most powerful team to protect your planet, your realm, like you say, or something like that. Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Now we don't have the list either. You know that. So you're going to have to give us the names, and you're going to have to keep them off the board and all that stuff.
Okay.
Now, how do we decide who goes first? Because this is a really big fucking deal.
I thought you guys would have written this down like I did, but all right.
I've got things written down for a football team. Yeah, but I don't.
No, I think it's any superheroes. DC, it could be DC, Marvel, Dark Horse.
Okay, anything goes.
It is superheroes.
Okay,
I was under the impression you had a list that we were going to choose
No,
from.
any superhero.
okay.
If you want fucking Howard the Duck, draft Howard the Duck.
Okay. So
And I will write down the teams.
And you can't repeat. So whoever somebody picks,
they're off the board.
There's no. Okay.
I'll
right.
tell you what. We'll decide. Wait a minute. And then this is no thought. Okay. So our last thing we did was the Battle of the Bands. Who won? It was the Rolling Stones. Who submitted that? Brian.
Yes, that's right.
You get last pick.
Then I think
who was up against them? Metallica. Metallica,
Yes.
right? Was that you?
Yes.
You dead last pick. Okay. So I was what I was saying. There was going to be a seeding. Who was the final? Who was the final four? Who did Metallica beat? Metallica beat Queen, which is a free space.
Nick,
you
go first. You go first today.
No, we got to do this fairly.
All right. Okay.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
You go first. You had the roughest night of all the three of us. So why don't you go first?
I like that.
You need
Okay. All right. I like that. Okay. So I get the first overall pick in my defending the galaxy, right? Okay. So my first pick is going to go with, I'm going to take Doctor Strange because, he can bend reality and kind of fuck with the bad guys. Like he's got a lot of powers. He can do a lot of shit. So I'm going to take Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is my first overall pick. If this were a movie-making thing, I would not pick him because his movies suck. But as character attributes, I would take Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we only picking heroes? These are heroes. They're not a villain. A villain is not going to turn. So it's a superhero.
No, I think just guys. Superheroes. We could do a villain thing on another idea.
Okay.
But this is just superheroes.
Okay.
Brian, you should go second.
Okay, I am going to go with, let me think about this for a second here. All powerful, who can protect?
You had like 5 days to think about it, but
again, I thought we were going to have a list to pick from here. So,
I could send you a list of every single superhero there are, but I thought would be a lot to read through. Right. And we're a nerd pop culture show, so I figured you'd know. That's
okay.
Superheroes.
I'm gonna make Dean angry here. I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Superman here.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Not to make you angry because I think he's a legit.
Pick. He's a legit number one pick.
Yes.
Well, depending.
Obviously, all
he
powerful.
Lost the Batman in our battle bracket, but whatever.
Martian second. Yeah. No.
All right. So
clearly one of the most powerful heroes that there is. Yes,
Doctor Strange is off the board.
Yep.
All right. So I am going to, you know what? I'm going to go a surprise pick. Somebody that is just maybe not as powerful as Superman. Doesn't have the mystical powers of Doctor Strange, but still is one of the most powerful superheroes, not only in just Marvel, but all of superheroes comic book in general. I am going to go with Captain Marvel.
Ooh, okay.
She could have easily hands down beat Thanos on her own, given a one-on-one fair battle.
Sure.
But Captain Marvel is my number one pick.
Okay. All right. My number two is easy. I'm going to pick the DC Doctor Strange. He has every power in the fucking book. He's one of Dean's personal favorites. Martian Manhunter, absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah, he's got everything under the sun, man. He can do it all. He can bend time and space. He's got the super strength, the super speed. He does it all, man. He can invade your thoughts. He's fucking in your shit. He is in your kitchen.
All right, Brian, hope you have something better than that.
It's okay. So we have an all-powerful hero, super strong. I'm going to add some brains to the operation here. Not that Superman's dumb. I'm going to add one of the smartest
He's just not as smart as
heroes.
Martian Manhunter, but yeah.
No. One of the smartest heroes that exists from a strategic perspective, everything else here. I'm going to give, how about Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards.
Okay.
I'm going to add to the team there. Good leader, smart, interesting power to begin with. There you have it.
Reed Richards. That's a good pick. I actually am going to go with. You went, Nick. You went what you call smart and whatnot. Brian, you went smart. So I am going to have to go to a good leader and also a very smart gentleman. I'm going to go Iron Man.
Sure.
Iron Man.
Solid.
Very good.
All right.
Let's see.
Glad you're on the
So we've definitely got a lot of mind fuckery going on my team with the power combo of Doctor Strange and Martian Manhunter. But also, you know what? It's good to be all business sometimes, but as much to go along and complement with the super strength, the super speed. This guy's going to add to that, but also he's going to bring a little bit of a wild card factor. Maybe he's not as calculated. However, he is very, very intelligent. He adds in that department. I'm going to go with Spider-Man, Peter Parker, our boy.
There you go.
There you go.
Sure.
Very good.
Yep.
Brian,
Brian, you're on the
round
clock.
3.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, so we have an alien on the team. We have a mortal on the team. I'm going to add a god to the team as well. How about the god of
there you
thunder,
go.
Thor?
All right. That's a good pick.
Thanks.
I have to follow that up with not only brains, but somebody who, in the movies, the computer recognized as the strongest Avenger. Ladies and gentlemen, for my third pick, I'm going to go with the Hulk.
There you go. That's a good pick. Very good pick.
Nikolai?
So I'm on the clock now. So we've got a lot of guys on my team that are thinkers, right? We got a lot of thinkers. Not that they're not doers as well, but certainly thinkers. I need the muscle now, and not only do I want muscle, but I want somebody who's going to be. These guys are traditionally heroes. They probably have a little bit more of a moral compass. I want somebody that's going to come in and get shit done. He's going to have zero emotion about it, and he's going to do what needs to be done and what is right. So I'm going to take...
You can't pick Brian. Stop.
Close. The leader of Hell's other army, Spawn. That's right. Spawn is on my team as well.
Very good.
Interesting.
Yes. Brian?
Okay. Well, Reed Richards is a fine leader. He's super intelligent, but I'm going to one up the leadership of Reed Richards and probably give you one of the strongest leaders of superhero leaders of any comic book group you want to name here. I want to go with how about the Captain America?
There you go. Nice.
Okay.
Captain America.
All right. Okay, so based on what you guys are doing, and I got the female lead, I got the brains, I got the bronze. Now I need some youth, and with youth comes with speed. I am going to go with the Flash.
Yep, solid.
Good pick. Very good.
We got time travel here.
Next up, so I've got a lot of guys that can get the shit done. Now I kind of want somebody that is a bit more of a coach, maybe that sits back a little more and is like I said, I've got a lot of geniuses on my team already here, but I need somebody that's going to kind of take all that and harness it, someone who's a bit of an ultimate genius in his own respect. He doesn't lack powers. He doesn't lack powers either. So if push comes to shove, he can add to that, but I'm going to throw Professor Xavier on my team to be the coach, the mentor to kind of mold this team together.
I like it.
So, Brian, next for you. That is my 5.
I love how Dean's talking about being a genius and his fucking headset is flapping around because he can't fix it. Yeah.
It's fucked.
Guys, this seems like a good time to plug our Patreon. If you didn't know already, you can donate to the show in many different ways, buy us new equipment.
Yeah, we headsets.
If you want to be really generous and donate to us, you can buy us all kinds of equipment. I know we've gotten so many requests of like, when are you guys going to do more live shows? When are you going to do more live shows? And when are you going to come to our town? And some people we've had to say, well, you just live a little bit out of our reaches. But if you donate today, you might be able to donate enough money for us all to afford the finest in electric biking needs, because we have a special tie. And now, thanks to this, me mentioning this, so do you. You also have the connection to our friends at RPM Bike Shop. What is that, you ask? Well, let me tell you. They have the finest selection of electric bikes that you could ever possibly ask for. That sounds like, oh, surely they're in Sweden or Finland or somewhere that's technologically, green and advanced with these electric bikes. No, nay. They are located not far from here. That's right, in Carrollton, Ohio. So all you have to do, if you don't believe me, go see for yourself. Go to Facebook, go to the search bar, type in RPM Bike Shop, or you can go to their website, which is rpmbikeshop.com. And if neither of those work for you, well, give them a ring on the old cellular device, 330-808-7792, and form your own superhero allegiance with you, yourself, and your new electric bike from RPM Bike Shop today.
Down and out.
Man,
There you go.
that's two for two professional fucking reads right there,
Boom.
ladies and gentlemen.
Can't wait
Yeah.
for
It is.
Brian's.
Yeah.
All right. So, Nick, you are on the board.
No, wait, he just
I
gave
don't think
his.
so.
Oh,
I
you
think I
did.
just gave
You
my
went with Professor X.
I gave
I'm
my
sorry.
fifth. Yep. So
Yeah,
that's right.
that's
Brian.
my team there.
I'm adding. We need some diversity on the team. We have a lot of strong men. We need a powerful female on the team, and it doesn't get much more powerful than, how about Wonder Woman?
Mhm.
There
That's a
you
good
go.
one.
All right.
That's five for me, I believe.
Well,
Yes.
my fifth one, I can't believe he's still on the board. We are this late in the game, and Wolverine has not been picked. So, Wolverine, please come join Team Dean.
There you go.
That would be my next one. Yep.
All right, boys. This is five. I mean, this segment's going quicker than I thought it would, so we can keep going if you want.
Sure.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, we
that's
could
fine
add,
with
we could add a couple more, and then we'll leave it there. Yep. Maybe an
How about we
interesting
get to
one is
this-
we get.
How about
We
we
could
get this
debate-
fantastic? Or go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say, later, maybe we take our teams and get debate our teams against each
Yes.
other, maybe another episode or something like that.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
We're at five. We can get to the Magnificent Seven. How's that
That's
sound?
fine.
I like that.
Perfect.
I like seven.
Perfect.
Okay. So we are reaching into the let's see here. I am going to go with my sixth pick, I believe. Let me think. Let me take a look at who's gone here. Brian, you took Thor, did you not? Is that correct?
I did.
He did.
Yes.
Okay. So Thor's
Thor
off the
is
table.
off the board.
I think I'm going to have to go with, once again, so I took Spidey. I took Spidey as my I said a wild card, but maybe not as much as you would like. I like somebody with a little more grittiness, okay, than Spider-Man, but not quite as cold as Spawn. Somebody who might catch you off guard, but still, once again, nitty-gritty is going to be kind of one of my grinders on my team. He's going to be a bit of an enforcer, and maybe not
We
in the way
know
that
how
you would
much you love
expect.
Grinder.
That's right. I love grinders. I love enforcers. And my biggest, but yet smallest grinder and enforcer is going to be Rocket Raccoon.
Ooh.
He actually was my next pick. So very
There you
good.
go. Rocket Raccoon's on Team Nick. Can't have him.
All right. So Rocket Raccoon is Nick's pick. Brian, who do you got for your six?
I need some edge. You got some edge with Wolverine for
Mhm.
sure. Edge, and I'm going to add some added resourcefulness. I have a little bit of concern with the clashing of the different leadership, though. So I have to kind of think about that for a second. But still, the overall, what he brings to the table overall, I'm going to add him anyway. I'm going to give the Batman.
Batman, very good.
Yep.
Yes.
I was
I think-
a little concerned that he was going to go undrafted.
Well, I think he clashes with Captain America's leadership, perhaps maybe Reed Richards.
Sure.
But again, what he brings to the table, you got to add him in there.
I was
That's
close to taking him in lieu of my Professor X pick as my kind of coach, my brains behind the operation, keeping everybody as a collective. But I like that Professor X also had some superpowers to offer up as well. But yes, Batman definitely up there for me as well.
All right. So I've got, like I said, I've got a captain. I've got the brains. I got the brawn. I got the speed. I got the grit. Now, I need a king. Ladies and gentlemen, Black Panther will be on Team Dean.
Motherfucker, that was my last pick. Damn it.
Mhm.
Back to the drawing board. Son of a bitch.
Go ahead and take Martian Manhunter. Good pick there, bud.
I mean, he has more powers than Black Panther. You wouldn't take Martian Manhunter over Black Panther. I mean, you wouldn't take Black Panther over Martian Manhunter. It's just...
I
know.
did.
Well, yes, you couldn't have taken Martian Manhunter. You.
All right.
Okay.
So for the 7th and final round, boys, let's go. Nick, who do you have?
You really put me on the spot there.
Because we're going in order, and it's your turn.
That's right. Okay, fine. Okay,
Mhm.
all right, fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do
All
it.
right.
Let's do it.
We are going to go with, since you took the king, I will take a king as well. It won't
Elvis?
be King T'Challa. It will be someone that was dressed in white. He was the white gorilla as well. I'm going to go with someone who can definitely bring loyalty to our team, someone who is a king in his own right, and someone who can certainly bring this team together and inspire them to act as one, and that would be none other than M'Baku from the Black Panther series. While he is not a superpower, he is a king of the Jabari tribe, and he is the white gorilla, the white ape. Is it? I don't remember. He has this, in the comics. He has a special character thing, but yes.
All right, interesting.
Brian, your turn. Last round. Where are you going?
I do not have a mutant on my team yet. I need to add a mutant. So I think one of the most powerful mutants that there is. How about Jean Grey? Add some diversity to the team and super powerful mutant in her own right with the mind powers, the Phoenix powers, the whole thing. Yes.
Now, exactly what were her powers?
She had very mind reading and mind control powers. That was really where she got her start, and then later she, became the Phoenix. More of the Jean, not the Dark Phoenix version of her, but
she was a
powerful mutant version of her. So she was one of the original X-Men.
All right. So we have Jean Grey going for Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going back and forth for this last pick, and I am going with.
Are you making another one?
Yeah. Well, I got number 7. I got my last one.
Thing dang. Oh, that's right. Okay, I made 7. Then that's right. Your last.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. That's correct.
All right. This isn't easy when it's All right. So, like I said, I have a captain, but I need a team leader.
Mm-hmm.
And who better to lead a team, especially of superheroes? Boys and girls, we're going to round out Team Dean with the 7th pick of Nick Fury.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
There you go. Nice. The captain of all captains, you could say.
That's right.
You might say.
Sure.
All right, that is our magnificent 7, boys and girls. let me, if you will, should I read off the teams real quick?
And the starting lineup for Team Dean.
For Team Dean, we have Captain Marvel, Iron Man, Hulk, The Flash, Wolverine, Black Panther, and Nick Fury.
There you go. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the battlefield. Team Brian, consisting of...
Team Brian has Superman, Reed Richards, Thor, Captain America, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Jean Grey.
Nice.
Solid.
And finally, welcome into the arena, Team Nick, which is represented by...
Doctor Strange, Martian Manhunter, the Spider-Man, Spawn, Professor X, Rocket Raccoon, and Baku.
Very good.
Nicely done, gentlemen. That was fun. Dude,
Yeah,
can I tell you real quick who's going to be on my football team?
Please do.
Because I made a football team.
Keep knocking myself out with this thing.
My first overall pick, because I didn't know if there was going to be offense and defense or if they were going to play both, because they're superheroes, they don't get tired. So my first pick was going to be the Incredible Hulk, because you could play like fullback as well as like a lineman and stuff. So like that was really cool. Right.
Yep.
And then also I was going to probably go. My next pick would have been my quarterback, which was going to be Hawkeye, because of the accuracy, obviously, right?
Yes,
good call.
And then I had two wideouts that I was planning on, which would have been Spider-Man and the Flash, which Spider-Man can get everywhere. The Flash is obviously really fast.
Runs a hell of a route.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then Doctor Strange was going to be my kicker, because even if he missed the kick, he could create a portal in the middle of the uprights, and there you go. So that was kind of where I was going with the
pretty good team
with the football team. So yeah, there you go. So I was able to attain two of those guys on my regular team. But yes, the Hulk evaded me, and Hawkeye was kind of irrelevant in a non-football related situation.
Well, there was a lot of guys like that. Like Hawkeye was like, I looked at him, but it's the same as some of the other guys with no superpowers. At least Iron Man has the suit, right?
Right.
So you get the suit and the brains.
That was my whole thing of taking, like I was saying with Brian, he picked Batman. It's like, I definitely thought of Batman. It's like my coach kind of figure, my but I was like, well, Professor X has also got superpowers if you need. So that was kind of where I edged him out a little bit. But yeah, same type of thing.
That's good. I think we should post these on social media and ask people to comment who would win. Who would amongst these teams?
Sure. Mine has Martian Manhunter, so I mean, you can do that if you want to, but it's like,
Well, I mean, now we're asking people to do homework because they now have to look up who Martian Manhunter is. So, kind of, you do what you want to your fans. I chose a team where they know everybody.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we can do another deal of, discussion about who would win or whatnot, but let's start with posting it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever the hell we're at, and see what everybody else thinks. If everybody agrees that Team Dean wins.
We should make our guys rock, paper, scissor each other.
I'll scissor you anytime.
All right, gentlemen.
I think we did it.
That's it. That's a May 4th edition of Convincing Idiots. Not really Star Wars related at all, as I said that. But
the question of the week was.
We did, yeah, that's true. Yeah. That was.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in our defense, you came in like halfway, so there could have been a lot more Star Wars content.
Halfway.
You just missed it.
I missed the first segment. Calm your tits halfway. Calm your meat down. I'm not going to say them together, but I'll say them separate.
You're not allowed to say them together.
That's right. I know the rules.
All right, well, gentlemen, I think we've come to the end of episode 140 on May the 4th.
140.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm feeling, Brian?
Go ahead. What's that?
I'm feeling that there needs to be an Obi-Wan Kenobi outro. You feeling that?
Yeah, one thing I'm feeling, though,
Okay.
first, I feel Obi-Wan Kenobi. I
Mhm.
feel the Force.
Lucky
Mhm.
you.
I'm also feeling a little bit of a tingling.
Mm-hmm.
In your Brady senses?
Well, not unlike the tingling of the sensation and the excitement of getting a new tattoo.
Ooh, that's a good tingle.
That's right. And if you also are seeking a similar tingle, go check out our partners, our sponsors, not partners, our sponsors at Golden Heart Tattoo in Norton. And if you're in Northeast Ohio, looking for, again, that excitement, the sensation of getting a new tattoo. I'm actually going to go in a couple of weeks myself here.
You almost feel like a superhero.
That's right. Exactly. Find them on Facebook at Golden Heart Norton, Norton. Give them a call at 234-706-2982. Find them online, goldenhearttattoos.com. Get yourself some ink in 2023.
Should get a tattoo
Beautiful.
of a superhero on your butthole. That'd be cool.
You could.
You could.
Yeah, whatever you want.
And
It'll
when
be
you do,
a-
make sure you tell them Convincing Idiots sent you to get that.
No, that tattoo of the superhero on your butthole is going to be Martian Manhunter, and he's going to be look very surprised that anybody picked him in a fucking draft.
That's right. Yep. There you go. So, what's your thought about Obi-Wan? To finish your thought, Dean, for about Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I just think Obi-Wan Kenobi giving it "May the Fourth be with you" should do the outro.
Makes sense.
It's kind of a thought.
Well, if Obi-Wan Kenobi were here and were May the 4th, he would probably say something like, well, hello there, and welcome to Convincing Idiots, old friend. That is right. I'm sorry to tell you that we have concluded another magical episode of Convincing Idiots. So for this very special Star Wars Day, May the 4th be with you. May the 4th, a day on the calendar that belongs to a more civilized age. He might also implore you to come and find us on all of our social media accounts. If you choose to do so, you can find us on all of your favorites. And rather than list them all for you, I would rather advise you to go find our Convincing Idiots link tree. So just Google Convincing Idiots, LINKTREE, and there you will find the finest links that the galaxy has to offer you, old friend. That is right. Also, you can find us on our website, that is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. And if you have not done so already, please find us on Boss Code Media. Boss Code Media is a special application in which you can find on your intelligent device or intelligent TV. Please download Boss Code TV there. So, for this episode of Convincing Idiots, I am Millennial Nick. Well, that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
And I am not the Dean you're looking for.
I am your father, Gen X Brian.
That's not true! It's impossible! Have we convinced you to come join us on another exciting episode of Convincing Idiots? And that Brian is in fact our father.
Was that Obi-Wan Paul McCartney?
I've never seen the two in the same room together. That's all I'm saying.
Have you listened to my side project Wings?
X-Wings.
X-Wings!
There it is. God damn it.
Boom! Close it. Fucking done.
Hey, Dean with Convincing Idiots. Brian and Nick here. Like and subscribe.
ham gravy.
Well, hello there, old friends. We are Convincing Idiots on a very specially recorded May the 4th be with you recording. This week on Convincing Idiots, we will be discussing more AI fuck it. One take Nick couldn't do it. God damn it.
That's
Said AI.
That's all right. That's all right.
God damn it. I broke the streak. Fuck it.
You've
Use the
disappointed
force.
everybody in your life
More,
right
I know. I feel so terrible.
Let go, Nick.
now.
Search your feelings. Stop fucking
Use
up.
the force, Nick.